So I was a witness in something, and I had
A murder?
no, a robbery, but I had touched things, so they had to get my fingerprints and my DNA.
You're in the system.
I am, and when they were taking my DNA, I was like, I jokingly went, oh, guess murder is out of the question, and the cop looked at me, he's like, yeah, that's not funny.
Then he goes, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
That's why he thinks it's not funny. He's like, it's not like I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Menage-A-Pod, the hysterical comedy podcast about sex, dating, relationships, and everything in between. I'm TJ, and as always, I'm joined by the Kelly Kapowski to my Zach Morris.
Ooh.
Jenna, what's up, girl?
How's it going? I do have a good denim jacket.
Denim jacket?
Yeah.
The old Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah. And I mean, if I'm being honest, I might still also have like my old cheerleading outfit.
Class of 69?
That's really hurtful and untrue.
I mean, you did recently have a birthday.
I did recently have a birthday. This is true.
And it wasn't like birthday number, what was it?
Wasn't a big number.
Okay, good.
Wasn't a round number of any sort.
That's good. We don't like those round number birthdays. I've been avoiding them for as long as I can remember.
Same. But it's funny actually because, well, we'll kind of get into this, but Josh had asked me.
Josh who?
Your friend Josh.
Oh, that would
kidding.
be GQ50.
Oh, so cute.
Follow him on Instagram and subscribe to his podcast, The Travel Guides, GUIDES. Do that shit. Mm-hmm. So what about Josh?
Actually asked me what the birthday was. And then he was like, is it a round one? And I was like, you bite your fucking tongue. And he's like, I didn't think that. I was just asking because like, I don't know. And I was like, because why? Because of the wrinkles on my forehead?
Because you have
really
old balls.
Fucking hurtful.
You guys heard it here first. Jenna has old balls.
Old balls.
All right. Well, before we go any further, I just want to stop and take a second to ask all of our lovely listeners who check in with us every week, if you guys could go on Apple Podcasts and write us reviews, like do that shit. We need it. I am thirsty. Like, so thirsty. Do you need?
Yeah, you are.
Do you need like Instagram photos
Always
of my
happen.
hairy nipples? Will
You
that
can't see
solicit?
him right now, but he is legit rubbing his chest as he says
I'm
that.
just saying. I will. There is. I've got wares to ply. I will show it all if that's going to get us the reviews. So, guys. Follow us on
you than me.
Whatever. Fuck it. You know I will do anything for the pod baby. So everybody out there, follow us on Instagram at Menage-A-Podcast. Make sure you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and write those goddamn reviews.
Is this unsafe the way that I'm holding this mic?
No, but you look like a judge holding a gavel.
Do I?
Are you about to say order in the court?
I don't know. Guys, since you can't see me, I'm being like very lazy today. It's like
She's wearing a burlap sack.
I am. It's like fucking 20 degrees outside or something. It's ridiculously cold. And so I came inside from walking the dogs and then put on my pajamas. And I realized as I was putting them on how far we've come, TJ, as friends. Because a year ago, I would have never let you see me like this. I have no makeup on. My hair is pulled up. I'm in pajamas and like an old shirt.
Yeah, now she looks
And
like
now-
she rolled down a hill, slept in an ashtray, and then put on a burlap sack.
And now I'm just like, come into my home. Do you want some hot cocoa? And it's like, whatever, all's right with the world.
I'm not mad at it. Honestly, the hot cocoa, guys, it's delicious. That's a newsflash. We are not drinking. No one is under the influence.
No.
It's cold. We are drinking some fucking hot chocolate.
Yeah, man, because, you know, ew.
Maybe
It
you're
was
not
like
as bad
20.
as I thought.
Oh, because I served you hot cocoa?
My standards are very low.
Oh, good. As I sit here in my pajama bottoms. Fun fact for those that have been listening along for a very long time, not the pajama bottoms that dude stole.
Ooh,
remember that story?
I don't.
Oh, he quote unquote accidentally took my pajama bottoms home.
You know he
Remember
sniffs
this?
them daily.
Well, yeah, that's what you guys said too when I told you. I think it was on Zacho's episode I told it. Was someone's
It
episode.
smells like FDS.
I don't know what that means.
Feminine deodorant spray.
Ew, gross. And I was like, why would you? And he said it was an accident, but I'm thinking like, really? Why would that? Anyway, those are not it. Still haven't gotten those back.
I don't think you're gonna.
That
You
ship
could
has
probably
sailed.
charge it to the game. Those
To
pajama
the
pants.
game.
Charge it to the
Bye.
to the hoe game.
Yeah, I was really upset.
I'm sure.
So anyway, now
That's what you
now
should.
they just have little Scotties on them. They're Christmas pajamas, in case you didn't notice.
We shifted pretty dramatically there, but you were starting to talk about our good friend Josh,
Yeah.
GQ50. What's up there?
I love him so much.
Yeah, me too. He's a great
I know
dude.
I've said that to you before, but I love him for more than just his muscles.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
we are more than the way that we look, right?
No, I'm aware, but it's hard to not pay attention to that part.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
like, you're not a hobo. There's more to you than that right now. Just because you look like that.
Pants. Yeah, I have real clothes. Not right now, but yeah, totally. But anyway, I just love him. We had such a nice time. Anyway, I was in Tampa, Sarasota actually, to see my parents, and he lives in Tampa, so not too far from where they live. And when he saw that I was there on Instagram, we were just chatting back and forth, and he was like, would you want to come and record an episode since you're here? Because remember last time he was here, he was trying to get us all together to do one, and it just didn't work. So he's like, since you're here, why don't you come over and we can record? So he did. I brought some wine. I was on my best behavior.
Nice.
I was forever the consummate professional.
As you should be.
As I should be. I didn't want to be, but I was.
As an agent of Menage-A-Pod. And Josh, if you're listening, your boy, next. Come on. You split us up. That was good. Now you have a guest for 2 different episodes.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, really.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, it should be a good episode. I don't know. But the thing is that I've never been a guest, so I'm not used to being to not being in control. And it was
Is that what you are here?
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we have we have an outline. I know what's coming. It was very, I just was on the receiving end of it, and it was weird and so fun, but so different. I was nervous.
Well, he did a fantastic job when he was
fine.
He did a fantastic job when he was on our podcast. So
this is true.
And I do listen to it. So guys, do 2 things. Go and subscribe to the Travel Guides. That's TRAVELGUYDES. Follow them on Instagram, and also follow GQ50 on Instagram. And go back and listen to our episode called Peacock Don't Cock Block, featuring our friend GQ50.
Well, it was funny. At the end of the episode, he's like, do you want to tell people where they can find you? And I was like, this is TJ's part of the script. And he's like, what? I was like, I think it's Menage-A-Podcast on Instagram. He's like, okay, what's yours? And I was like, I don't know. What is mine? Is it G? He's like, it's Jenna Grish. And I was like, okay, guys. I didn't even know. And he was laughing, but I was like, this is your part. It's not my thing.
And you're talking to a dude that has 15,000 followers on Instagram. So he's a little more social media savvy.
Whatever. Just find my name. I don't know how that works.
Well, I'm looking forward to that episode coming out. When you told me you recorded with them, it was the next day. No, not at all. I'm excited to hear it. I don't know if you remember, but when I guested on that other podcast, and I know it's kind of a fun experience to get out there and do that. So
it is. It was. I actually really enjoyed it. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it would have to be people that we know.
I don't know.
To ease me into it a little bit more.
Well, there is a Chicago podcaster with a podcast very similar to ours who wants us to come on together.
Oh, well, I would do it with you. You're like my safety blanket.
Oh,
yeah. If so Miles isn't going to be there, who is now also my emotional assist dog, apparently, according to the Southwest Airlines.
Is this a proper time then to tell you that I've gotten Cooper stuffed?
I would love that.
We could bring him to the recording. Are they though?
Yeah, that's weird.
Are they though?
Oh, what else is new? What are you doing?
Not too much, really. No, just head down, working, doing the things. Haven't really been going out a lot. The last week or two, I've taken it easy. Yeah, the weather sucked, so been kind of receding inward. Wah, wah.
Be honest, though, are you a little jealous of my tan?
Not really.
That's hurtful.
I just read that.
I feel like I look very sun-kissed.
You do, but I mostly don't go into the sun, or I always wear protection, because I was just reading.
Oh, come on, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Every exposure to the sun that's
ages
longer.
Me?
No, that's longer than 2 hours raises your cancer risk by 20%.
Oh, well, that's good. I was typically only in the sun for 2 hours, then I'd sit under an umbrella.
Oh, fair.
But I did.
You do look tan.
Thank you. And I didn't burn this time. Do you remember last time when I went?
I do.
And it was so bad that I was like, shit, I was molting. My skin was like.
Every time you go to Florida, I keep an eagle eye on your Instagram.
Yeah, you should.
You know why, right?
My mother.
You're damn right.
Well, so I sent.
Anna, you're so sexy.
I sent my boyfriend a couple text messages of her because he's what?
Double date. You and your boyfriend and me and your mom.
Okay, not funny. And he's never met her. And I was like, how little is my mother? Where does that come from? She was wearing yoga pants. She just gotten back from a bar class. So she's wearing yoga pants and like a tank top with the back completely open. You know those.
Oh,
and then
hell
they
yeah, I
tie
know
at the
those.
bottom. So it's like almost like an eye shape that's open. And then you could see her sports bra. And I was like, who the fuck are you, woman?
And why she got to have a sports bra on? What the fuck?
Because then her boobs would be down to her knees.
Whatever.
Well, whatever. All I'm
It's
saying
like a Salvador Dali painting.
is from the back.
I mean, that's in
From
Florida,
the back.
his museum.
From the back, she looked incredible. I was like, where the fuck? Like, who are you right now? She looks great. So I get it. Anyway.
Don't be salty. Someday you will be old and hot too, Jenna.
I mean, I don't know.
You're getting
Not
there.
if
You're close.
Not if I continue to wear my pajamas places.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, so I'm excited to check out that episode. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, I sent you that article a couple weeks ago about that new feature about Bumble. You remember that?
I do.
Bumble's, I don't know if you're on the dating apps and if you're on Bumble using it regularly. If you're a woman in particular, I'm sure you know this because of the nonstop parade of things that make this feature a necessity. But Bumble has launched a new feature that automatically blurs nude images.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
And apparently it uses
But do people put nude images on their Bumble profile? I haven't
sending.
seen a lot.
Sending.
Oh, through the app.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, so it uses artificial intelligence and it captures the images in real time with 98% accuracy in order to detect if a user has sent content that's inappropriate.
Wow.
Yeah, so they rolled it out across the world like on the same day, and I think that's an awesome deal. I mean, how we talk constantly about how women hate getting dick pics. Nobody likes a dick pic, right?
No, I certainly don't.
Doesn't matter if it's face-tuned and artfully shot. Like I liked it. It's still.
But if it
it's a
had
dick
like
pic.
a monocle and a top hat, I might be okay.
And it looked like a baby arm.
Sure. No, that's creepy.
It is creepy.
But who doesn't love a monocle and a top hat? It's like a Mr. Peanut penis. Just saying, if you're going to have a dick pic, make it artful.
Did you say
But
a
here's
Mr.
my thing.
Peanut penis?
Yeah. Here's my thing about this is I've never received a dick pic on a dating app. They usually come just kidding. They usually come after, like when you're just texting, like back and forth.
Women I know who know that we do this podcast or that just I've talked to you about these things over the years. I definitely know a lot of people who've gotten them through Bumble, not through Tinder because you can't send pictures through Tinder, so not an option there. Yeah, that begs a different question. You know, Bumble was founded by, I think, a female co-founder of Tinder who thought that the environment was really toxic. And don't get me wrong, Tinder's skeevy, but I think it's more catering to women than Bumble is. No pictures, so you don't have to worry about getting dick pics. It's like impossible on Tinder. Mm-hmm. Woman doesn't have to initiate contact. So yeah, a dude can say something shitty, but he can't send you a dick pic unless you give him your phone number. And it's like I said before, if you're a dude and you get the right swipe and then they start off a conversation with you, you have to have like zero game if you can't get a date.
Yeah, I feel like I want to say that I'm sure that Bumble's origin story is bullshit and it's all like PR.
For sure.
Or like a marketing story. You know?
I don't trust anybody.
I don't either. Well, I feel like we should ask Jenny about this.
Oh, with her folder on her phone of like 742 dick pics?
Yeah, and I think she's a good person to ask if she gets them on the apps or if she just gets them in her text messages.
It's weird because I know in Jenny's episode, we really tried to dissect what it is that drives men to send, not just women in general, but her, so many goddamn dick pics. And Jenny is like fairly unassuming. She's pretty, but not slutty. She doesn't like, there's like, I don't know. Nothing that I look at her and think, oh man, I'm going to throw some hot dick pics.
Yeah.
Some spicy dick pics that way.
I don't know.
That poor girl.
I know. Thank God I don't deal with that. And even when and I don't just mean that because of
I'm going to send you a dick pic right now.
Will you please don't? I would appreciate you not sending me one for like many reasons, but I'm good.
Because you didn't get that new extra large iPhone X?
What?
With that 6.7 inch screen angle.
I see where you're going with that joke.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm as underwhelmed as you are. Don't worry. I didn't even give that joke room to flop. I just played myself out.
Or grow. Room to grow. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We've been so busy. We've been traveling like crazy.
Masturbating constantly. Work has been nuts. Lots of family shit going on in my world. So we had to shift things around a little bit with our taping schedule. So we don't have a guest this week. That was my bad. So you guys are stuck with us. We do have a guest.
Miles and his snoring.
My alternate personality.
That's creepy. Which one? There's so many. Which one's showing up today?
Who knows? I'll tell you
Part
what.
of the fun.
I don't know, so we're both going to be surprised. Hello, me, meet me. It's me again.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so we're going to probably keep this episode short and sweet for you this week.
That's what she said.
And
Boom. See, I'm here for you.
you are.
I got it.
What personality was that?
Michael Winslow, the guy in the Police Academy movies who makes all the sounds with his mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're that.
I don't want to give you my full array.
Give me a beat.
Like what? I'm going to beatbox?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
The best part, you can't see him. I wish they could see you.
Wait, hold on. I actually can do this. I'm like,
do it. All right, I will make you laugh. Do it.
Wait, hold on. I got to like get the beat in my head.
Okay. Miles is really upset he couldn't rap over that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I got to be like top 10% beatboxer.
A 10%?
I'm going to probably cut a lot of this out.
You can't. That was so good, though. You totally can't. Anyway, all right. So today, actually, we came up with this topic because I was chatting with a friend the other day. She actually casually mentioned, like in a conversation, how her partner tells her every time he gets a text from his ex, any like call
Ex
or
text.
like. Is that a thing?
It is. Mm-hmm. And weird. If sex plus text equals text, does X plus text just equal text?
Sex plus text equals sext.
Sext plus text. God damn it. Sex plus text equals sext.
Yeah.
X plus text just equals text.
Yeah.
Because it's in there already.
Wow.
Deep
really?
thoughts with Jack Handy.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, I kind of want to know, like, is that necessary? Like, do you think that that's healthy? Is that normal? Like, what is your rule on this? So I have a very firm stance on this. I just kind of want to hear what yours is.
I already probably, even though we have not done any pre-discussion on this, I think I can anticipate with Jenna's stance on it.
What? Smarty pants.
Well, the only
Mr.
reason
Know-it-all.
I can anticipate it is because I know what my stance is on it. And I feel like in most things as it pertains to relationships,
Whoa.
we're on different sides of the fence.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say we were like the same person. I was like, you fucking bite your tongue right now.
I'm taller and much younger looking.
Wow.
No, I just think that you say normal, and I know we've talked about this kind of ad nauseum. What's normal?
Yeah,
but we could make the argument as something healthy. And again, neither one of us is a professional, but we certainly can have our opinions
Or
about
healthy.
that. Fair, yeah. Honestly,
Why does anyone listen to this?
that's what our t-shirts should say. It should be like, we should get just little like bitmojis of you and me with the logo behind us, and we're both like shrugging our shoulders, saying "fair" at the same time.
I like that idea.
It's not bad.
I would wear it.
We both say that word in every episode.
It's true.
Yeah.
I would wear that.
Because it's so multi-purpose. It's like, that was good. You're right. You're wrong. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
This is stupid. I hate my life. It works for all those.
It does. I hate my life.
Fair.
I think it's like a response to that. But okay, I see where you're going with that. Sure. All right. Anyway, what is your stance? Oh, for fuck's sake. What is your stance on this? All I gave him today was hot cocoa, you guys. I have no idea what's going on. He showed up drunk.
I did.
Don't let him fool you.
I'm drunk on love. No, I'm not. I'm
what
drunk
it
on
is?
life. I'm drunk on, I got
Yeah.
BDE, FDS, fat dick spirit, feminine deodorant spray, fat dick spirit, either or. I got them both. On to more serious things. Yeah, I think that it depends. It's on a sliding scale. What is the nature of your relationship with that person? Like the ex. Like, if you've had no contact with them for 10 years and you're happily married, engaged, in a serious relationship, whatever, and they reach out to you in any way, shape, or form beyond like, if you engage and it becomes a conversation, I think that's something you need to tell your significant other.
Yeah, I agree. But what if, okay, scenarios.
What's a scenario?
Who is that? Why am I blanking?
Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, thank you.
God.
Yeah, God.
This is what happens when I haven't slept in 4 days.
You become less cool. Got it.
Nah, my brain just works at a really slow pace, apparently. Okay, wait, I have a question about that, though, because
Yes.
what happens if,
Erectile dysfunction.
We've already talked about that in
We
an
have.
episode. Yeah. What happens if, like, it's somebody that, if it's an ex that you're, like, friendly with and they just kind of pop in and out of your life every once in a while?
As long as, I would say, you don't need to communicate every single interaction. But I think there's a certain level setting of expectations with your current significant other about what that looks like. So for me, if I'm dating someone and they have, say, a high school boyfriend and now they're in their 30s and their friend groups have stayed similar. So they have some contact and it's natural for them to be in some contact.
True.
It's like, tell me that. But you don't need every time he texts you or every time you text him, as long as it's like not inappropriate. Now, if it's suddenly after 10 years of this dude just being kind of a tangential friend that maybe shoots you a text message once every 18 months, and suddenly he reaches out, he goes on a spree, likes like 15 of your pictures, and then is like, hey, your cleavage looks great in that one, or something like that, then I think you need to be telling your significant other that.
I'm actually a big fan of transparency.
Right.
As we all know. But mostly because I never want to be caught in a situation where it looks like I'm lying about something.
Right.
And so I feel like if I over communicate it, then my ass is covered.
Right.
And I also kind of want that in return. I don't need to know every little thing because, like I've said a million times, like if my boyfriend or husband or whomever, my partner is fucking around on me, then like me being a crazy person and seeing his texts and things like that and saying you can't talk to your ex isn't going to fucking do any good. If he's going to fuck around, he's going to fuck around. And then I'm just the crazy person. So
you are just the crazy person.
You know, sometimes it happens. I've had my moments. I'm not proud of. They usually happened in my 20s or after my divorce when I'm wasted.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
No, you have not.
I have.
You have never seen me like that.
You know what's crazy? And this is a little bit off topic, but you just saying that having that moment when you are drinking and you get kind of crazy. There is a woman who I never went on a date with. I only met one time in a group setting. We flirted a little bit through text message. And then I said, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm really feeling it. And she called. We literally had never had a phone conversation, but she had my number. Called me at 1 a.m. hammered and crazy as fuck, talking mad shit, and it was ridiculous.
We both know someone. We share a connection. That my ex-husband hated. And anytime he would text me, even though we were just friends.
Does he know this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll know when he hears
So
this.
for his purposes and no one else's, you're the listener of the podcast who writes inappropriate shit on everybody else's Instagrams.
Well, now everyone's gonna know who it is.
Just follow our gram and look for the guy who's saying creepy shit. And you'll know that's who we're talking about.
But my ex-husband hated him and hated when he would text me because he's flirty. He's just flirty by nature.
That's like a horrible like rip-off version. Yeah,
group. I agree. But he doesn't mean anything by it, generally speaking, as you can tell by the comments on people's Instagrams that he leaves. It's just who he is, right? And my argument was always like, at first I just tried to I just ignored them, or I'd respond and just like ignore the flirtation or whatever. Right. But like my ex would see some of the stuff and he'd be like, I'm not okay with this. And then I was left in this weird situation where like, I would say to him, I can't control what other people do or say. All I can do is control how I react to it, right? So if he is hell-bent on being gross and whatever, or like stupid and flirty, I can't control that. But what I can control is me being like, hey, dude, I'm married. You can't talk to me like that. Or ignore it and just try to like.
Or block him.
Block him. But we were friends. Why would I block him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe because at a certain point it would be disrespectful.
Yeah, I think
in a way, I don't know.
If the shoe was on the other foot and I was in a relationship and someone from my past was like repeatedly saying inappropriate things, I would probably block them.
You would? Would you though?
Yeah.
You can't see his face, but I'm pretty sure I don't believe that answer.
I would block them.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
I would never wink at you.
No? So do you just have like Tourette's? I don't know what's going on.
I don't
now.
even know what she's talking about, guys.
Spasms of the face. I don't know what's going on. This is very uncomfortable for me. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, maybe that would maybe be the right thing to do, but I also think like
I'm saying it's the right
we
thing to
are
do.
adults, for crying out loud. And also, if that were the case, like,
But I don't think it just shows disrespect for your significant other. It shows disrespect for you.
True. If I say stop, say stop.
I mean, honestly,
you're right. That's a good point.
Honestly, guys, this is like Me Too era. We know better. If a woman isn't even like, if she's just not responding, then that's a sign. Reel it the fuck in.
Yeah.
Like, if you send one message and they don't respond to it, give it a second shot. Beyond that, let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. Also,
Probably right.
The other thing I was thinking about for this topic was I sometimes think like the answer to whether this is right or wrong. Sometimes you are weird today.
Why am I weird?
Is there vodka in that? Did you snake vodka?
I'm Roxo the Clown, and I like cocoa.
Wow. As you slurp it into microphone.
Wait on.
This is so creepy. You're so creepy.
Hot cocoa.
My God. Anyway.
This episode's going to suck, but I'll make it work.
You're going to have to edit.
I planned on it.
Usually even some of the stuff is funny.
Don't tell me what the fuck to do, Jenna. My fault, make sure all your kids don't grow.
I don't know what is going on.
Guys, John Singleton from the Friday movie, The Father, he died. Rest in peace,
I
Pops.
heard that. Also,
Better put some water on that shit.
Are you done?
I don't know, man. I am like on one.
You are something right now.
Manic?
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely editing that out.
Yeah. Really? Because I feel like that's a fair assessment.
I feel like right now I should be like listening to Huey Lewis in the news with like a plastic trench coat and holding an axe. American Psycho.
I get the reference.
But I think I would I'd rather have classical music for it than Huey Lewis.
I'm done with this conversation. I don't know.
I mean, hypothetically, were I to murder you,
yeah.
Murder.
Yep.
That's the worst segue ever.
Which is probably like what I would do to someone who is texting my ex. I mean,
murder them?
Ex. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not above it. I'm not. I listen to too many true crime things to like, I know what to do. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'll plot it out in my head.
I was a witness in something and I had
a murder?
No.
Oh.
A robbery, but I had touched things, so they had to get my fingerprints and my DNA.
You're in the system.
I am. And when they were taking my DNA, I was like, I went, oh, guess murder is out of the question. And the cop looked at me, he's like, yeah, that's not funny.
Then he goes, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
That's why he thinks it's not funny. He's like, it's not like I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. It's like when you're at the grocery store and they scan it and it doesn't like ring up for the price.
It's free.
I guess that's free. Never heard that one before, right?
Yeah. I would punch someone. That's why I can't work in jobs like that.
Yeah. I would argue you don't work in jobs, period.
I would.
Slacker.
Really? How do you think I pay for this apartment?
Sucking dick, maybe?
Clearly, it's my looks right now, my pajamas. That's how I pay for
You
this
pay for this apartment because you dress in burlap, which is very cheap.
This is true. All of my money.
Jenna, why do you look like a horse blanket right now?
Because I can't afford anything because this apartment's really expensive. Anyway. The one last thing I wanted to say about
we're
this,
to the last things already?
Yeah.
We are ripping through this shit.
We are. How do you feel if they're best friends with their ex still?
It really depends, man. There's like such a range of relationships. And, I read a couple articles about this topic and there was a story of like a woman who said her ex and her new boyfriend were best friends now.
What?
And
I don't know how I feel about that.
She said that they like played video games together and shit. And by the way, gentlemen, if you're out there playing video games, get your life together.
Get it together. But here's the
Nothing
thing.
makes...
What?
The time you're spending trying to shoot people in Call of Duty, find the clit.
What if they know where it already is and they're just killing time?
Play Modern Warfare.
Okay. Well, here's the thing about this too, though, is that like I think in certain situations it's okay. I don't actually think I'm best friends with any of my exes.
Yeah.
I can't think of one, to be perfectly honest.
Are you friends with anybody you've ever gone on dates with, though?
There's that weird face twitch thing you're doing again. You should go get that checked out at the doctor. I think it's a problem.
Wait, hold on. Is this one better?
No, it's not. Anyway, so I think, for sure. But like, it's different if you've like gone on a couple dates and someone like you've been like you've like shared a lot of stuff with, you know?
Like, anal.
Yeah, like anal.
That's kind of my rule for it. It's like you can be friends with your exes as long as you've never had anal. If you've had anal, sorry, but no, I'm just not okay with that.
I can't even with you right now. I legitimately can't. Neither can Miles. He just sneezed at you. I don't know if you heard that.
I didn't.
Oh. But wait, where I was going with that was a lot of times you can't help it, right? Like, especially, you know, in your 30s, if you're, let's say, divorced, right? And you have kids, you've shared custody.
Yeah.
You kind of can't get around it. You have to.
Yeah, but just hate each other.
Yeah, you totally hate each other. But like, you know, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that muddies the water. I mean, I still talk to my ex every once in a while.
You mean your ex-husband or one of the 700 men that you've dated?
My ex-husband.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
I talk to him every once in a while.
Of your full previous roster, how many of those men still maintain some position in your orbit?
Oh, please. I just had like 2 texts today. It's cuffing season.
They're all coming back.
They're all coming back, ladies.
You always
Careful.
come back for this pussy after daylight savings time.
Ew, gross. I like didn't even respond. I didn't respond to one and he wrote me back and he was like, really? You're so fucking rude. Why you gotta be a bitch? And I was like,
because this
block.
pussy has standards.
Well, because
You have a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend. Get away.
Yeah. Is he a boyfriend or a man friend?
I don't understand the question.
A man friend?
I don't get it.
I don't.
Just because you're giving me that weird face doesn't mean I understand your question any better.
You think you're funny?
I do think I'm funny. I wish that they could see you though, because then they'd understand.
Yeah, I'm being ridiculous, which is setting you up.
We should start taping these.
But then we can't edit it
But
all.
then I can't wear my pajama.
I mean, you could, but we'd lose the 4 male listeners we have right now.
They'd be like, we thought she was cute. Joke's on us. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say about this topic. And we said we'd keep it short and sweet. So you guys are welcome. Thanks for sharing 30 minutes of your morning commute with us.
Before we go, I want,
more.
yes.
What?
So something happened that I didn't talk about at the top, and I figured this is a good thing to go out on.
Okay.
Get a message from a friend of mine's wife. This is like yesterday,
Okay.
2 days ago. Hey, TJ, so this is going to be weird. A Facebook friend of mine messaged me today inquiring about you and wondering if you are currently single. Apparently, she saw you on the People You May Know Facebook list a while back and added you on Facebook and has since become a huge fan of your podcast, as well as your quote-unquote dreamy good looks. Her words, not mine. Wasn't sure of your relationship status.
Not your personality, just your looks.
Wasn't sure of your relationship status and didn't really know what to tell her.
Me either.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I sure.
No, I mean, I'm just a modest, humble guy.
That is evident.
Yeah, I mean,
every time we tape this podcast, that's actually what I say about you every time we sign off.
When we sign off, like right now.
Yep.
Once again, guys, thanks for listening to Menage-A-Pod. If you want, head on over to our Instagram at Menage-A-Podcast, where you can find our link tree. Includes links to our Facebook group, Twitter account, website, top episodes, and more. Say this every week. Join the Facebook group. Please write reviews. We love you. I swear, I'll show nipple hair on Instagram.
Ew.
Finally, quick thank you to you, Jenna. I love you. You're the best. Thank you, guys, for downloading and listening to the show. And until next time, remember to keep sharing us. Tell all your friends. We've had a lot of new listeners lately. We've had some cool, famous people start following us.
Yeah. Oh, tell them that. We should have said that in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. So Jay Moore, he's the comedian. He was in like Jerry Maguire and in The Horse Whisperer. He has a podcast.
Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah, The Horse Whisperer.
Ghost Whisperer, because you thought I was kidding. But first of all, Jennifer Love Hewitt is a fucking, like, she's a pretty crier, you know? Like, some people ugly cry. She's like a stunning crier.
She's
and all
stunning
she did
in
that
everything
show was
she does.
Cry
I
and
would
overact.
Really hold
But
her hand.
man, those boobs. You just can't get past them. I get it.
You cannot.
Anyway, Ghost Whisperer. But that was a good show.
Yeah,
Carry
so
on.
I tagged him in an Instagram story that we were only one slot behind him on the Apple Comedy Podcast charts. And he messaged us, and I just like said who we were and that I was a big fan. So now we're trying to get him to come on the show.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I was like, we record here within like 5 blocks of the Laugh Factory, and I said, if you come to Chicago, play in the Laugh Factory, you should come swing by and do Menage-A-Pod.
Yeah, do it, Jay.
If you're listening,
you wanna.
And if not, we know where to find you.
Really?
Murder. Just kidding. You're the best, man. Good luck out there, guys.
Bye, guys.